One of the most common questions we get as a cross-border financial advisor is when I withdraw money from my Canadian RRSP here in the States, how much are they going to withhold for Canadian taxes? That seems like a simple question and a simple answer, but it can be a little bit more complicated than that. First of all, if you're typically going to draw money from your Canadian RRSP, Canada will typically withhold 25% for taxes. So, for example, if you withdraw $10,000 from your Canadian RSP, Canada will usually withhold 25% or $2,500, and then you'll get the rest of it. Now, how if you want to try to lower that withholding? One option for you is to convert your RRSP into what is called a RIF or Retirement Income Fund. And the benefit of converting into a retirement income fund is instead of having 25% withheld, you'll only have 15% withheld. However, there are some stipulations on that. In order to maintain a 15% withholding from your RIF, you can only withdraw up to 10% of the account value per year. So again, let's say that you withdraw $10,000 from your RIF, instead of having $2,500 like you would from an RRSP, you would be able to have $1,500 typically withheld from your RIF. Now, you might call your financial advisor up in Canada, and they might tell you different numbers. They might say if you withdraw up to the minimum, there's no withholding. You might find if you withdraw over 20 or 30,000, the withholding can be 30%. That is not for US residents. That is the rule for Canadian residents. Again, pretty simple. If you withdraw money from your RRSP, you should have a 25% withholding. If you convert it to a RIF and withdraw up to 10%, that withholding should drop to 15%. Now, you aren't that done yet there, though. As a US resident, that money still gets counted on your US taxes. However, the money that is withheld by Canada, that 25 or 15%, will count as a foreign tax credit and will help offset your US taxes. If you have other questions like this, feel free to ask them in the comments below, and we'll get to those as much as we can. Thanks a lot for listening today.